Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Animals that were scarier than dinosaurs. Life with dinosaurs would have been difficult, if not outright impossible. But have you ever wondered if there were any other animals way scarier than dinosaurs? Like some giant snake, or a mega crocodile, or a formidable looking Scorpio? Nope, no problem. Here, we have brought this video about animals that were scarier than dinosaurs for you to look at. DINOSUCHUS. All those Jurassic World or King Kong fans watching this video might claim that T-Rexes were the most horrific animals ever to live. Well, I humbly present to you the animal who not only used to fight the T-Rexes, but could have won as well. DINOSUCHUS, also nicknamed Mega Croc, Super Croc, or Terrible Croc, was the natural enemy of T-Rexes and other ferocious dinosaurs. The fossil record of both animals show bite marks, which means that both animals regularly battled each other. This magnificent croc, which could have put shame on today's largest crocs by its size, was fully capable of defeating a fully grown dinosaur. They could grow up to 35 feet long and were found in North America. This crocodile species ruled the ecosystem some 100 million years ago. MOSASAURUS. The famous Tylosaurus mosasaur feeding show in the Jurassic Park movie will definitely ring some bells in your mind. Yes, you got it right. It was the largest mosasaur to ever exist and was larger than the mighty Megalodon as well. They are an extinct group of aquatic squamale reptiles that lived from about 82 to 66 million years ago and were found to be around 14.2 to 15.3 meters long, with a possible weight of more than 30 tons. So, yeah, bad news for Megalodon fans. Mosasaurus was longer than Megalodon, and even worse news for the dino fans because these ferocious beasts were way scarier than dinosaurs. According to many scientists, it's the largest fish ever discovered and went extinct during the end of the Cretaceous mass extinction event. I hope you all remember how Mosasaurus killed the hybrid dinos at the end of the Jurassic World movie. 50 feet long TITANOBOA. Want to meet the gigantic forefathers of today's teeny tiny pythons and anacondas? Say hello to this 50 feet long and 3 feet wide crushing machine known as TITANOBOA. This snake was so long and powerful that it ruled the world's first tropical forest as an apex predator. Those who don't know what an apex predator is, an apex predator is any animal who doesn't have any natural predator in its habitat. The era of TITANOBOA started around 65 million years ago, an era of giant snakes, the biggest to crawl on the land ever with a whopping 2,500 pounds weight. This snake was non-venomous and killed its prey by constriction. Want to have an idea of their constricting power? Imagine the pressure generated by 3 Eiffel Towers placed on each other. PHORUSRHACIDAE. It is very difficult name to pronounce, but if these birds were still alive, protecting our skulls from its vicious strike would have been more difficult. This bird was so huge and powerful that it could crush the skulls of its victims like they were melons, and therefore they were nicknamed as terror birds by the scientists. Terror birds lived in North and South America until about 2 million years ago and could grow to be 10 feet tall. The beaks of these beastly birds were the most terrifying part about them. The striking power of its head was so strong and powerful, along with the sharpness of its beak, that it could kill other animals by a single downward strike of its head. HELICOPRIAN. Have you ever seen a buzzsaw? Now imagine that electric buzzsaw fitted on the mouth of a shark. Having a problem imagining that? Well, take a look at this formidable shark, HELICOPRIAN. People often wonder what can be scarier than a shark. I would say another shark with the circular saw at its lower jaw. This extinct shark, known to us by the name HELICOPRIAN, lived some 290 million years ago, and its fossil records show it to be 9 to 13 feet long. I don't know if you know that sharks produce teeth throughout their lives, and their teeth continually fall down to be replaced by new ones, but this particular shark did not shed teeth, but instead grew them into a wheel-like pattern within the lower jaw. Therefore, it was also known as buzzsaw killer. Gigantopithecus. How many of you have heard about the myth of Bigfoot? It appears to me that people were inspired by this gigantic ape to make that myth. Gigantopithecus, also known to us, were the largest ape ever to live. Until about 100,000 years ago, they roamed parts of Asia, especially the tropical forests of China. If these giant apes were not extinct, then they would have been considered real Bigfoots. They are considered forefathers of the modern apes and orangutans, and measured nearly 10 feet tall and weighed around 1,100 pounds. They were mainly vegetarian, but that should not make you feel relaxed about them, because the males of the species are thought to have had an arm span of around 12 feet, which would be quite frightening to face when the ape was pissed off. Dunkleosteus. Around 360 million years ago, the world was very different, and the era was known as the Age of Fish. Do you know who was the badass boss of that era? It was Dunkleosteus, a 30 feet long fish who could chop through bones like it was jelly. It was a very heavily armored fish with a beak-like mouth and streamlined body. Its mouth seemed to be specifically made for biting and piercing through armor like its own. A fact that indicated that this species of fish might have been involved in cannibalistic activities, or one that fought over territory with their own kind. Their jaws were so efficient they could hinge them open and snap them shut in a matter of milliseconds. She was a fierce predator, and she was extremely gluttonous, therefore suffered from indigestion. Her fossil records reveal partially undigested fish. This fish certainly was a kind to keep a distance from. Caprosuchus saharicus. If you ever wanted to see the love child of a dino and a croc, you should take a look at this animal, Caprosuchus saharicus. This giant animal looked like a crocodile, but had long legs to run, and if they were present today, there was no way you'd be able to outrun them. The first fossil of this reptile was found in Nigeria. It is assumed from the fossils that they were upright meat-eater reptiles with an armored snout for ramming, and 3 sets of dagger-shaped fangs for slicing the meat. They were found to be 20 feet long and were well adapted to both water and land. They got the nickname boar croc from paleontologists because of the 2 pairs of protruding, interlocking fangs with compressed crowns. ANDREWSARCHUS. Dinosaurs were ferocious. Indeed, they were. But wait till you see this largest meat-eating mammal on the land. The discovery was made in the inner Mongolian region of China, where a team of paleontologists found a superb skull of the gigantic beast. The skull alone was 3 feet long with very huge teeth. It was given the name Andrewsarchus mongoliensis, and till date it is the only fossil record ever found on the species. They lived about 45 million years ago, and although only its skull has ever been found, researchers suggest that the beast was at least about 6 feet high at the shoulder and 12 feet long. This estimated size made this giant mammal the largest known meat-eating land mammal that ever lived. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Dunkleosteus. These are giant sea scorpions from Earthers, arthropod, order of small scorpios. All the creatures belonging to this arthropod are very small, like the size of a human hand, except for this nightmare. It roamed the world's beaches some 460 million years ago. These spiky sea scorpions are the largest arthropods ever known and could grow up to 8 feet in length. It had a segmented paddle-shaped body and could move swiftly in water with its oar-like legs. It had multiple specialized limbs equipped with spring-loaded claws that snatched up its prey. A fossilized claw of this giant scorpio was found in 2017, which measured up to 18 centimeters. Imagine being grasped in its deadly grip. Megalodon. I gave the #1 slot to the biggest and most formidable carnivore to ever live, the Megalodon, which makes the great white shark look like a goldfish in comparison. The earliest Megalodon fossils date to 20 million years ago. For the next 13 million years, the enormous shark dominated the oceans until it became extinct just 3.6 million years ago. A Megalodon complete full-body fossil hasn't been found. The assumptions about its size have been made based on the size of the animal's teeth, which can reach up to 18 centimeters long. The word megalodon simply means large tooth. These teeth told a lot about these animals, their size, or what these massive animals ate. Thank you very much for watching this video. Which of these animals appeared most frightening and dreadful to you? Do tell us in the comments section. Thank you.